Hey, I was at Joann's today tooling around and looking at the foil quill stuff and the Cricut stuff. And I saw where We Are Memory Keepers came out with a bunch of other quill stuff. And one of the things they came out with was this glue quill, which is pretty much a glue pen. And then they sell a kit with an adapter for this pen and some glitter and some embossing powder that goes along with it. But the pens look very similar to the Cricut pens and American Craft pens, which I suspect American Craft usually makes a bunch of stuff and then gets private labeled for other companies, like Martha Stewart. I suspect they make the Cricut pens, and it looks to me like they make this glue pen. Now, I did do some testing, and if I go down here, you can see that I drew a bike, part of a bike, and then glittered it with some ultrafine glitter. It seemed to work fine. So then what I've done is I'm moving on to do a birthday card. I have the pen loaded. I also have my scoring loaded for this line here, and I'm just going to hit continue. I'm using 110-pound cardstock. And the design I'm using is actually from one of these foil quill USB guys. I think it is the Paige Evans one that says happy birthday. But anyway, I'm going to change my tool to do the scoring, single scoring wheel and the fine point blade. Then I'll just pivot back over to my maker. I have my scoring tool loaded and the glue pen loaded, and I'm just going to press go. It doesn't take too long to do this design, so I figured I wouldn't pause the video, I would just let it go and you can kind of see what happens. First thing it's doing is scoring. Then it's drawing, so it's using the glue pen, which, if I didn't mention it already, looks to me like Zig glue. It's kind of that watery blue glue that dries tacky, does not dry hard. So I think even though it's drawing your design and it might take some time to do that, it would leave the glue like a post-it note-y kind of tacky, so it allows you to glitter it or use embossing powder or something else. And I have other Zig pens. I really like them. I mean, they're great for fine details. If you glue it when it's still wet, it's permanent. If you glue it after it dries and it's not glue, it's removable. For the sake of the glitter and how this works, I don't know that it really makes a difference. So the design is almost done. It'll probably ask me to put in my cutting blade, so in just a minute. And the glue is really light blue, so you probably can't really see it on video. I'll show you a close-up once it's done drawing. Only 5% left to go. Then it's saying load my fine point blade. Hit my go. I could have just cut a piece of cardstock in half, but if I do have it score and cut, it's always perfect alignment. So I can always use the other almost half a paper for some other project. I like to keep all my scraps and everything organized. Okay, before I unload, just pick this up and you can see where it says happy birthday and it's in glue. So I'll unload my mat. And I'll set this down a minute, see if you can see me take it off the mat. It always seems to, I don't know what it it is in this upper corner. But I could have put more pressure, I guess. So I have my card, taking it off my mat. You can kind of see where it says happy birthday, and it's fairly dry. Remember, dry in that it doesn't look super shiny. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in my glitter tray. And then I'll pick up the tripod and see if you can see. And we will do this. I'll do it green again. It's a green mixed with gold. I'm going to sprinkle it over the whole image. And you probably don't need to put this much glitter on, but I have it, and I have the tray. It goes right back in here. Whatever's not used, it's not a big deal. Okay. So I'll just shake this around. I can actually shake my cardstock too. Tap it. And that looks pretty amazing. So let me just set it up here on the Cricut. It's all glittery and it says happy birthday. So I think that worked really good. Any spare glitter you see like down here and stuff, that should just brush off because there's really no glue there. Or what I could do is move my star wheel, actually, is what I'm thinking. That's exactly what happened. I just need to move my star wheels over when I'm doing this so it doesn't drag any glue down. I'm sure that it's not on there good enough to stay. Yeah, just brushed right off with a little nail. So if you're out and about and you see these pens, they're $8 for 2, and I was able to use a coupon, so that even makes it better. But they work good, and they do exactly what they're supposed to do. I will see about the embossing powder. Maybe I'll do one with that, but I don't understand why that wouldn't work if it's working fine with the glitter. That's it. Thanks.